What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to YGOPD, your Yu-Gi-Oh! Professional Development, and I have something very unique today. Also, no face cam just because I got some new lights and equipment, as well as like a new mic arm, and so I'm testing a couple things at a time. Don't want to overdo it. So I'm hoping the lighting looks better. I'm hoping the audio is more consistent because I'll be a little bit closer to the mic consistently now too. But if anything seems weird or sounds off or things are too weird, let me know. But we shouldn't have too much shadow, but right now I'm kind of trying to avoid glare, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, this is a terrible concoction that you probably need not one, but two mortgages to play. That I was kind of blessed to have some of this stuff borrowed and a lot of stuff through store credit saved up a lot of time. So like this came together conveniently enough for me, but this is Centurion Tenpai all in one list. This is a 50 card build, very atypical for me, I know. I just don't like the concept of smokescreen siding. I know it's good and it can be good at the specific format, but I want a side deck that has a way to address problem cards, because if your deck can lose to certain floodgates or things like that and you smokescreen side and you don't have the right tools in your extra deck because they're more combo centric, then you just don't have outs anywhere in your main extra or side to deal with them. But this was something I was trying. I really liked it. Shout out to Julius. We'd been talking a good bit. He'd been testing Tenpai a lot and really thought Centurion Tenpai was the way, but he did not have the Centurion stuff at the time. I've been slowly testing this. I think it can be okay. I think the ratios need to be tweaked and how you approach the deck also needs to be changed. So it's a little different, but with all that said, I'll go ahead and hop into the main deck, the extra deck, and the side deck, and I will also show a basic combo of how the engines bridge together, as well as the fact then that you can decide, hey, maybe I like this combo and just want to do it in pure either way. So we'll go ahead and get right into it. Okay, starting for the monsters, we have three Primera. The great thing about this deck is almost everything is one-card starters. You play like, I don't know, 20-something one-card starters. It's an insane amount because the Tenpai are all full Centurion combo. The Centurion combo technically can get you into full Tenpai combo, and it is just really nice to have that. I think the only problem is the too many normal summon issue, but 3 Trudea, also your other normal summon. One's the tuner, one's the non-tuner. This one searches any Centurion card. This one puts a Centurion back in the spell trap zone, so just both are really good. And then 3 of stand-up. This is what lets you synchro on your opponent's turn and place something in the back row. Emblem Oath is also a really great one-card starter that helps you avoid using your normal summon, which is really cool. Just places a Centurion from deck into the spell trap zone. And then I'm on 1 Emeth and 1 Gargoyle. Funny enough, with how I do the combos, I think I might just cut Emeth completely and just play 2 Gargoyle. Like the dragon typing is needed. The free summon effect is also really good in different ways. The add back to hand is really good. I think there's just a world where you could just play 2 Gargoyle because the second effect of Emeth to put itself back almost rarely ever comes up for me. But for now, for utility's sake, he's here. And then 1 Wake Up, of course, and then 1 Phalanx for part of the combo. You don't play bonds in this. You can, but I don't really think it's needed. These 2 are fine. This is a big part of the combo, so that's pretty much it for the Centurion cards. For the, I guess, more quote-unquote starters / pseudo-starters, you're going to see a starter off Prosperity no matter what, pretty much whether you hit 3 or 6, usually 6 though, with the amount of like main deck starters you have, which is pretty crazy in the deck. And then 1 Terraforming and 1 Set Rotation, just a blend because, again, the Tenpai stuff has field spells, and you can just dig for so much. There's no Bonfire in this variant. You could play it. Grant has been letting me use his to test, but it's just like, even in pure Centurion, unless you play exactly Agnimal Candle, and even then that card is kind of subpar, especially if you lead with the tuner and get hit, then it's not great, and I'd rather not do Baguska Pass, and there's just other cards you can dig for that are better. Like, I'd rather use this to try to dig for Emblem, for the field spell, for anything else to keep playing, so I really think Prosperity is just overall better in the deck. Not that that really is going to help the fact that you see Tenpai and Centurion together and fix the budget problem already, but if you're wanting to play one over the other and want to lean more towards Centurion, I think you can at least be okay with the fact that Bonfire is not needed, in my opinion. But 3 Sengen Summoning for the Tenpai field spell, and then 3 of the Sengen Kaiman. The E-Telly / Rhoda, depending on when you activate it, Battle Phase gives you both. And then 3 Pydra, and then a little bit of a smaller package, 2 Chandra and 2 Fadra. I think in reality, what needs to happen is you either need to be all in on the Tenpai and a much smaller Centurion package in main, or vice versa, just so you avoid the conflicting normal summons. And I think if I were to pick one, I would almost use this as the going first engine because it bridges into Centurion on your own turn, whereas the other stuff bridges on your opponent's turn, mainly through seals. So it just depends. But again, it's just fine sometimes going first or second. And it's not the end of the world because you have enough ways to play like while avoiding normal summon. Like Kaiman is good, Emblem Oath is good, Stand Up Centurion is good. Like there's just a lot of ways you can just keep playing without a normal summon. So there are times where you can cycle through both engines in one game, in one turn, I should say, which I've done. And then one Magnuma is just kind of a round out target. Also a target for seals. So we'll get rid of this. And then the rest of the hand trap the rest of the deck is hand traps. That was 35. This rounds it out to 50, 15 non-engine. But again, you could always just like cut one of the two engines, add a couple consistency cards like Crossout, Crossout or Talents, things like that, called by, and then just, from there, cut the deck down to 40. But for hand traps, I think these are all really good right now. Ogre, Imperm, Veiler, Ash, and then there's the Imperm. Standard 15, you could play Mourner, you could play Nib. I even think Droll is kind of underrated right now. But these 5 are all, fairly decent right now. So, yeah, you just want a lot of cards that can pair well together and just stop your opponent. So it's any combination of what you want, really. For the extra deck, we have a few things. It's kind of close to a 50-50 split, but with a heavier focus on the Centurion cards for extra. We have 2 of the new guy. This card is really good. Like there are plenty of matches I've just won where I just sit on this and you just play 12 synchro control because every turn this just puts something back at the end phase and you just get to, continue to synchro on the next turn during your opponent's turn. It's just really, really good. And then 1 Legacia. I think 1 is fine. You could play 2. There have been times where I've like banished 1 off Prosperity. I'm like, I kind of wish I had the pop, but it's not the end of the world. 1 Crimson, of course. 1 Calamity, of course. You are always calamitying, no matter what, if you can. 1 Blazar, and then 1 Packbit. That's it for the Centurion stuff. The reason Packbit matters is essentially this is also better in the Candle version with Bonfire, is if you get like hit on Trudea, you can then get a tuner on board, synchro into this, put Trudea in the back row, and then your Centurion combo is alive again because it can put itself out to the field and then push itself back and then put Primera back, and then you can just kind of keep playing or vice versa. So it's just really good. Just lets you keep playing. And then for the Tenpai stuff, the $100 damage Trident Dragon, hilarious. Yeah, this card's wild. It's really good right now, but I think if you're playing like a blend, you don't need it. But even when I tested pure Tenpai, I don't want to say it's needed, but it's really good. But the funny thing is when you look at Tenpai, if you have a lot of the staples, the super is like 18 bucks a pop, and then there's this if you can find one for about 100. And then the rest of the stuff is just commons, right? So you could probably throw the deck together for about 200, which I honestly don't even think is that bad. I know for extreme budget, you're probably looking for more like 100 or less, and 100 for one card, I do 100% agree is outlandish. But for 200 for the whole deck, I didn't think it was as bad as what I realized. But yeah, just the price point of this card is stupid. So hopefully it's either Rarity Collection 2 or an OTS Super. I saw the leaks. I'm not sure how confirmed those are, but... And then 1 of the 7, really good card. Probably could bump this to 2. And then Ancient Fairy Dragon is the main way you're bridging the engines through combo. 1 Black Rose, because why not blow up their board when they can't respond to it? And then utility stuff is 1 Typhon, 1 SP, and then 1 Heavenly Hieratic Seals. Julius was letting me borrow his. Shout out to him. If you're playing pure Centurion, you can actually just use this as IP and end on the turn skip plus IP, which is actually really good. So I'll showcase that combo in a little bit, but... That's the extra deck. Like I said, main deck is a clean 50. Very rare saying that. You'll never really hear that from me ever again. But the side deck is fairly just, I guess, standard things that are decent right now. 3 Shifter, since both decks can kind of play under Shifter for the most part. You can Calamity under Shifter if you use Trudea. And then 2 of the... 1 Kaiju that I found that I had enough of to play, and 2 Pankratops. In reality, you should just probably play one thing other than Pankratops, and then just play 3 Santa Claus. I'll put that here. The main reason is that is the only quote-unquote Kaiju that can special itself in defense to kind of let you play with Tenpai stuff, even with, like, so you don't have to worry about them dying by battle if you don't have the pieces you need to protect them through your combo and battle phase. Then 2 Lightning Storm and 1 Duster for more board breakers. And then the going first card, I've really been a big fan of Black Goat right now. And I think this has really great utility in this deck when you play like, I don't know, 15, 18, 20 some ways to combo, and all your combos require like a discard through the field spells, which is really, really good. So either hard opening this or pitching it is just really nice. And then 1 anti-spell because floodgates, and then 1 of the Centurion counter trap to just insulate your turn skip. So that's it for the side deck. And we'll go ahead and showcase a quick combo. Okay, so I want to showcase the Centurion combo, more focused on that because I think it's more interesting, but I'll at least highlight how the Tenpai combo works just for people who would like to know. I think it's very, very basic and pretty straightforward, but if you've not heard it before, you just need a way to get to Pydra either through the field spell, through itself, obviously, or the quick play Sengen Kaiman, right? So any way to that works. You'd summon it, get the field spell, pitch a card after you add Chandra, and then you normal synchro both of these into Ancient Fairy Dragon. Ancient Fairy Dragon pops the Sengen summoning to get stand-up Centurion, and then you just do the combo for a turn skip. That's really the easiest bridge there is for it. The Centurion combo is a little more involved, so I wanted to show that. But for people who are curious how the Tenpai stuff works, that's it. Very basic. There you go. For the Centurion combo, we'll go ahead and do that. You can do that with any of the 1-card starters, but for the sake of this example, I'll just showcase it off Primera. I think that's probably the best way to do it. Then I'll move some stuff out of the way here. So you'll take the Primera, summon it, use its effect, and you'll go ahead and add the field spell, the Stand Up Centurion. You'll use its effect, pitch a blank, doesn't matter what it is, we'll just put it over here. And then you go ahead and place the Primera, or sorry, not the Primera, the Trudea in your back row. Primera is the one that we led with, so you go ahead and put that back here. Then you use Primera's effect to summon her, use his effect again, put herself back, and then specifically put Gargoyle back. This is going to showcase why I really love Gargoyle a lot right now. Then you can use Gargoyle, bring itself out. Whoops, sorry about that. And then you synchro these 2 away. We'll put this with the blank here. And then you go ahead and make a copy of, I'm looking through my side deck, not my extra deck. You'll go ahead and make a copy of the big guy. So the big guy, the thing I like about him too is it can be chain blocked from Gargoyle. So this is chain link 1 to search a Centurion card. Gargoyle is chain link 2 to add itself back to the hand. So you add that back, and this can search any Centurion card. So in this case, you're going to add Wake Up. Go ahead and grab that. And then before you do anything else, you're going to activate Wake Up here, and you're going to get a token. Specifically, you want to make it level 8. Now, if you're keeping in mind this should be 5th summon, but even if they nib you here, it's fine. You just let them nib you. You keep the nib token, and then you'll do this guy, which I'm going to showcase now. So this is what's going to happen whether you get nibbed or not, is you banish the Wake Up, and then you can go ahead and dump a copy of the Trap Phalanx from your deck to the graveyard. Where's that guy? Here it is. And then this just banishes itself to bring back a Centurion Synchro, but its attack becomes 1500. So if you do get nibbed, token for nib is here. Banish the trap, bring it back, it's 1500, and then you end phase, place Trudea back, and then you're fine, and you still turn skip. If they do not nib, and this is still in grave after this, you go ahead and summon the Gargoyle by sending the Trudea away. And then you can link these 2 off. Go ahead and put the Gargoyle away and the token away. Or sorry, I'm skipping steps. My fault. Link these 2 away, the 2 dragons. That's where you make the heavenly seals. So I'll kind of put this sleeve here, but I'll put a picture on screen so you know. And then from there, you can then banish the phalanx and go ahead and special summon the dragon back. And then end phase put this back. And if you're still concerned about nib after you make seals, you could wait and just do the trap at end phase, summon this, and then do this effect at end phase and put this back so they can't nib you anyways. So now on your opponent's turn, you still have the field spell to quick synchro. You have the heavenly seals. If you're playing pure Centurion, obviously this can just be IP, like I mentioned, which I think is really great. And then on your opponent's turn, you can special summon this. You have a level 4 tuner with a level 8 non-tuner that you're allowed to quick synchro with on your opponent's turn. So you get rid of those two for anything of choice, which obviously is just going to be Crimson Dragon. Crimson Dragon bounces itself back to then go ahead and make a King Calamity. And so you turn skip them. And then if this is the Heavenly Spheres, you tribute it, goes away, get Pydra. Pydra searches field spell, and then you have the OTK for Tenpai next turn. Or if it was just IP, you could like link into SP or something and then just break whatever one card they set under Calamity and then just go from there. So thank you all so much for watching. Sorry, my allergies are going crazy right now. I know a lot of people are dealing with that. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. This is the combo. This is Centurion Tenpai. Why not take out 2 mortgages to play quite the mid deck? But no, with all that said, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about this combo, how the decks can be blended together. Maybe we're cutting down, getting the deck closer to 45. But with all that said, I will see you all in the next one. Later.